Business Today is brought to you by
St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival celebrates an unforgettable journey with the best of the years, recapturing the most nostalgic moments, creating new magic with their Supply and Chris Standring, George Benson and Joey Alexander, Cool of the Gang and Omi, BWB and Shaggy are just a few, alongside headliner Mark Anthony. An island party not soon forgotten. The St. Lucia Jazz and Arts Festival 25th anniversary, April 29th to May 8th. Visit stluciajazz.org. Executive producer, the St. Lucia Tourist Board. Platinum sponsor, RBC Royal Bank.
This is the Business Today for March 10, 2016. I'm Marlon Madden. The local financial sector is in for a boost that should protect the island from suffering another Clico fiasco. Word of this from Shelton Nichols, resident advisor with responsibility for financial stability at the Caribbean Regional Technical Assistance Center, CARTAC, while speaking to reporters at a 3-day conference at the Central Bank of Barbados.
I certainly think we would be in a better position than we've been before. I mean, in previous episodes, we were not, many of these infrastructures were not in place, right? We didn't have a lot of the data. We certainly didn't have a crisis resolution plan or framework that could focus our minds. It's not to say that this is going to help us prevent a crisis, but certainly I think it would help us to be much better prepared should any other untoward disruption take place in the financial sector. And of course, it's going to be a continuous work in progress. It's not going to be a solution for all crises. It's a continuous work in progress. But I think we would be in a much better position than we were previously.
The conference is being held under the theme Building Resilience to Financial Crisis in the Caribbean, the role of crisis management policies, metrics and plans. It brings together national regulators and other stakeholders to discuss how the region could best approach the design of institutional and operational frameworks to withstand financial sector and economic-wide disruption. Nichols disclosed that CARTAC, in association with regional members, was developing a draft financial sector crisis management and monitoring plan for the region, which will focus on 5 main areas.
Looking at developing financial stability and health indicators, particularly for the non-bank sector, for the insurance sector, for credit unions, pensions and securities markets. We have a dearth of information in this area and we want to try to build and improve this set of information. We're also looking at improving information on financial sector interconnectedness. And of course, CARTAC is working along with the regulators on a project with the IMF in support of building analysis in this area. Our third stream looks at actually the development of crisis management and contingency plans, and this conference is a major focus on this specific area. We're also dealing with areas relating to stress testing of the financial system, and of course establishing macroprudential indicators for the Caribbean region. Our ultimate goal at the end of the day is to help reform and modernize the financial stability architecture in the region to really enhance financial stability.
Keep your eyes on the United States financial system. That's the warning from the former chief economist of the International Monetary Fund, IMF, Simon Johnson, as he examined the topic, the next financial meltdown, at the conference. He says Caribbean economies are not likely to escape the impact of any major developments, and the region must pay attention.
Has the US financial system become substantially safer? Well, I work a lot on this, day in, day out, actually. Mostly in Washington, D.C. And I would say, yes, a little bit, but nowhere near enough. Not enough for the U.S. economy, not enough for our role in the world or our global responsibilities. I think the U.S. financial system poses a very real danger to all of you. And I cannot urge you enough to take this seriously and to think about the way in which it can impact your banks, your firms, and all of your citizens.
Chief Executive Officer of the Financial Services Commission, FSC, Randy Graham, will be one of the speakers at this year's Compliance Aid Caribbean Anti-Money Laundering and Financial Crimes Conference in Miami, Florida. The 2-day conference begins today and will focus on countering the financing of terrorism and financial crimes. The conference will address a number of concerns for the region, including adhering to international and regional anti-bribery, corruption laws, the compliance function from an international perspective, money laundering trends and Caribbean topologies, among other areas. Now for today's financial tip. A fool and his money are soon parted. Don't take this the wrong way. It just means that all money decisions are important and you can't take it for granted that your money will always be there. That's been the business today. Join us again next Tuesday. Until then, you can get more business and news by logging on to www.barbadostoday.bd, subscribing to our e-paper and liking us on Facebook. I'm Marlon Madden.